Thank you so much, Ben, for agreeing to have this fruitful talk with me today about your business and how it contributes to sustainability and to humanity as a whole. Could you please introduce us? I mean, I know you. We've got
Yes,
to know each other so well in this year specifically. But I would like for you to share a little bit about yourself, like just introduce yourself to for everyone.
yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Pan. I am an advocate for authentic living. Uh, what I mean is, my own life story. I was born in China and I came to US for education. So I've been in actuarial analyst kind of industry for like 6 years. And then I found my passion in coaching. And then my life totally changed, from someone who works behind the computer, 9 to 5 job, to a world traveler. And now I'm in Puerto Rico with my husband, and I do my coaching, virtually, and it's so meaningful. I feel like I can make contribution to people's life and really let them see, how uniqueness they are and be bold to create the life they want in both relationship and also in their career. And thank you, Miana, for inviting me to your show.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. And I just want to go into a little bit of your story. How did you decide to become a coach? Like, what had you drop this titled job? Because being an actuary, I think many people would say, I would love that job. You know, it pays so well. And here you are, you had it, and then all of a sudden you're like, no, this is not what I want, and went and created something completely different. So could you give us a little bit of a background and your starting point?
Yes, yeah, that's a great question. Um, just a little bit background about my upbringing, right? Like, grew up in a very traditional Chinese family in China. What we think about success is good paying job, high, like, respected field, making more money, then I will be happy. So I studied hard and I even get into Ivy League school. However, a few years into the job, and behind the computer, when I like do the analysis and the crunching numbers, it just, I feel something is empty. I don't have the motivation to wake up in the morning, and I start complaining about, about work, and like complaining about even the education system. I'm starting to, although I think I'm a pretty optimistic person, become so negative in doing that period of time. Until in a point, like, on a weekend, I was standing in my balcony at my home in Norwalk, Connecticut. I was like, what's my life about? Why I'm in this world? That question leads me to like a deep soul searching, like who am I? Why some people enjoy that work, why I'm not? What about me is different? What's my purpose? All those questions gradually lead me to coaching. Um, I think the very defining moment is after many months of reflecting, looking for support. I still have this like pull and the pull in my head. Like, should I quit this job? Should I give up the profession which I spent, more than 10 years of investment in my time and energy and the money, and something totally different and unpredictable, unknown, until I had a sample coaching session with someone who is professionally trained. And from the one session, whole 60 minutes, she doesn't tell me like, oh, you should do this or you should do that. And in the end of the session, after 4 or 5 questions, I see my answers. I wanted to be a coach. I wanted to get the skill, no matter how I would do it. I don't know at that time. But I just feel like, wow, this skill is really powerful. I wanted to have this skill so I can do this for other people. That's the defining moment for me to like decide I want to be a coach.
Um, okay. So through your journey, and I just want to give a little bit the viewers a little bit more detail. So on your journey, did you explore different things before you ended up in coaching? Like, how
Mm-hmm.
did you end up like in coaching, or in that coaching session specifically, that
Yes.
really determined for you that this is what you want to do?
Yeah. The great question, right? In the beginning, the only clue I have is I know I don't want to be an actuary. I don't want to work just the computer and numbers. I want to work with the people. I love meeting people. I love helping people. That's my only clue. But then there's so many different professions like human resources, marketing. That's all related to
Hmm.
people. But how can I find out? Or even the career coach in school, right? What I did is I went on LinkedIn, I searched my contact, I reach out to even strangers, like ask them, how do you think about your role as a marketing? How do you think about HR? And then with all the, I was even so committed. I joined like organization called talent management organizations, a lot of talent related and HR, human capital consultant, like those professional people in the meeting. And I talked
Hmm.
to them, I networked with them and asked them questions. However, it is interesting, but it's not that thick until they had a joint event with the ICF, which is International Coaches Federation, the Connecticut chapter, and it's a year-end party. I went to the party. Actually, after a whole long day hours at work, I feel exhausted, but I still, drag myself there. And then once I step in that room, I started to meet all the different coaches, and I feel I'm part of them. Even the head of the talent management club looked like, wow, Pan really demonstrates how you can walk in the room or work in the room, in networking events. That just lighted me up. And then later I reflect why, because I really feel coaches, I feel a part of them. Even strangers, I have this deep conversation. I find a connection with that crowd. I even met a very good friend who is maybe double my age, but then we went Zumba dancing together. She ended up helping me, reflecting a lot about, what my next career move could be. Um,
Wow.
and
So it's
yeah,
not like, right now I'm deciding when to do that. It's exploration. It's this journey of like, like figuring it out. I'm gonna go here, and oh, maybe I don't feel like going there, but it seems interesting. It seems like something I wouldn't do usual. So I'm interested. I'm gonna go and explore it. And then you
yeah,
get little clues here and there, and then you follow those clues, right? Looking for that fulfills your heart and that you feel is really authentic to who you are.
yes, exactly. I it's so easy to get into a mode, like especially someone who has like a perfectionism tendency, which is me. Like, okay, think in my heart, head, how can I do this model? Like, what's the best profession for me, career? And then I realize sometimes not even the work title, or like also this could be not a perfect answer. You need to take actions. One thing lead to another, one thing lead to another, and then you get clarity along the way. I did so many uh tries different things and meet people, and then getting more clarity from that.
Outside of coaching, I'm asking this to the viewers get an idea. Outside of coaching, what else have you tried during the period of time? Like, is there something that you feel
Mm.
like you can share with us that you like, I actually also tried this and it wasn't for me, so I went back to another event that was more related to coaching? Is there something? Or maybe
Mm.
what path was more clear? Because some people, like for me, it was all over the place. Like I tried so many different things and I still think
Mm-hmm.
I'm figuring it out, right? But then maybe for you it was more direct and more clear.
Yeah. I think first of all, I explored about marketing and then HR. And also in the beginning, I also tried about, because as an actuary in the insurance industry, right? Underwriting is a role which allows a little bit more people interactions, or
I
trainer,
see.
but somehow it's not exact what I was looking for. I feel like my heart is clear, like something is off. I'm not like wanted to tell people what to do kind, especially after I experienced that very powerful like a sample coaching session, it's much more powerful when you find your answer within yourself. Oh, a little story in this, right? During that exploration time, I hired a career coach. And the career coach after did the assessment with me. And then she's like, wow, your result actually the same with me. Have you ever considered to be a coach yourself? You know, at that time, like me, a coach, I was in my 20s. Like, who am I to tell people how to live their life? Because I'm thinking coach is someone who is like old and very full of wisdom, you know. So even people tell me that directly, I'm not buying it until someone actually by asking questions instead of telling me, and I see my answer within, then I get it. So I think that's
Wow.
something really resonate with me. I think that's very powerful, like especially in this area, you know, in this time you can
Yeah.
find all the information online, but it's
Yeah.
how you guide
We're
people from inside.
we're living this world in there's a major shift between just doing something and being it, and there's so much information out there that it's a matter of how we use the information nowadays. Okay, so we got a little bit of your place to where you got to be a coach, right? Where you decided to like, okay, now I'm actually going to become a coach. So I would like to learn a little bit about your journey of how you established yourself. How long did it take you? Did you take any courses? How long did it take you to maybe have your first client? Like, anything
Hmm.
in that area that you could share with us?
Yeah, sure. So I mentioned the coach who gave me a powerful session. She graduated from accomplishment coaching, and I went to observe how they train people live in New York City. And I love how authentic, how vulnerable, and how like the question they ask is very, it's not like just a random question. It's very well thought and well, like I can feel like it's well designed. And I registered that training. So it's 1 year. It cost me like almost $18,000. So that's an investment for me at that time when I'm still working as an actuary on the side. So I did the training while I was working full time. Um,
Wow.
when did I have my first client? Actually, first month I went into the program.
Wow. You went to the program and within the first month you already got your first client as being a coach.
Yes, that is a story. Like
Amazing.
I was part of a Stanford Toastmaster club. You
Mm-hmm.
know, my first month of coaching training, I got a aha moment is when after the master, coach guided me to see I actually been living in a context like a glass with colors, and it says I'm not worthy, I'm not enough, right? And I find out the origin of that is associated with my childhood. And during the training, after I see, that's like a broken AC in that behind of my head has been saying those words. First time actually I noticed it, and I can have the weight to lift off my shoulder. And I shared that experience during my Toastmaster speech. And then one girl in the meeting came out to me, it's like, Pam, you never told me you are already a career coach, already a coach. I want you to help me with my career because she's also international student. She came from China. She's majored in finance. So I kind of have some background and she trusts me because my story is so authentic, and then she can connect with me. And then she knows I was in the program, coaching program, only for 1 month. And then she hired me. And then within 1 month, she landed a job. So that's a
Wow. Look what
good start.
authenticity does for people, right? Like when
Yeah.
people truly connect to that inner part of themselves, like just miracles happen. And this is a very, very real example of you landing a client and being real and telling them, hey, I've only been training for a month and this is how long was it? A year, 1 year program? Is that what you said?
Yes.
And it's a 1 year program and you already been in a month in it, but you were honest about it and someone saw that you can help them even though you were 1 month into the session. they just like took you on, and then because they connected to you and you connect to yourself, and then they connected to themselves, and they got after a month a job as well, the one that they wanted.
Yeah, I know. I as I think about this part of the story, I realized before even I entered the coaching program, because I did such a long exploration of for myself. I got well
Mm.
educated, working professionally, and also trying to understand myself, working with the coaches. I already accumulate a lot of knowledge to share with people, and because I went through the process myself, so yeah, it's so easy for us when we wanted to do something new. We undersell ourselves like, oh, I don't know this yet, I don't know that yet. But now I think back, yeah, like that girl landed her first job within 1 month, and before that she applied many jobs and she didn't never heard back. But then the first session I
Right.
with her, it's like, what kind of job you want to work for, like what you wanted to find, have that clarity and then own it. Don't think, oh, I don't deserve it, I don't, it's so powerful to, sometimes people just need that little bit mindset, like a shift, to start
Yeah.
something totally new.
And since I also I've worked with you and I've worked with other coaches as well, I know for myself that there are things that can be done on our own, but we're so much more powerful and we move faster and we move with more clarity when we have someone out there giving us that helping hand, because as human beings we are made to work together. We are made to connect and to help each other out.
Mhm.
So yeah, you're absolutely right. Like a coach really does bring that part of ourselves that within ourselves it's more challenging for us to do it on our own, because you bring a different perspective and there's a different mind shift and emotional and spiritual changes that happen within those sessions. Okay. And how long you been a coach for now? I mean I know the answer, but I would love for you to share it. Yeah,
Yeah, 4 years.
you've been 4 years a coach. And
Yeah.
what is something they would say was the most challenging part about being a coach? And you're a full-time coach now, correct?
Yes, yes.
How long you been a full-time coach for?
About 2 years. I started full-time coaching in August 2018. So it's
Okay.
2 years, 2 years, two and a half,
It's okay.
around
The
that.
people, they can do the math if they want to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what do you think is the most challenging part about being a coach?
I think, I love working with the people. I love coaching. I like connect with people. But as a business owner, I think the most challenging part is when I starting from being an employee to be an independent on myself, the discipline to manage my hours, my energy. I think that's a challenging part, and it shifts my mindset about like now working on for myself, right? We will think when you work for yourself, you have more freedom, right? But I can tell you, not necessarily, because uh, it's really up to us how we can manage our energy. Otherwise, we actually gonna end up working even more. Um, yeah, I
Right,
think that's
right.
the
That's
most
one of the
challenging part.
challenges. One of the challenges
Yeah.
of being independent, a freelancer, I would say too, and a business owner. Probably a business owner adds a little bit more to it. But yeah, learning to manage your time and knowing where to put your energy and plan out. Like planning is very, very important, and then following that plan. Okay, so for you, that's where the challenge is. Okay, and what is I mean, I get that you love working with people, and I'm assuming that is probably the most rewarding, but like what do you find for yourself the most joyous and the most rewarding thing about being a business owner and
Hmm.
also being a coach? Like what
Yeah.
for you?
I think, be a business owner and being a coach. One thing I love a lot is, I'm able to work anywhere in the world. Like I see myself as a world citizen. My husband, it comes from India. Like even in year 2020, this year during pandemic, I was able to learn yoga for 2 months in India. Was able to spend 1 month with my family in China for Spring Festival. and I was able to, have some fun in Thailand. And also now we decide to settle here in Puerto Rico because we love the ocean and the forest. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
I
right
think,
there. Look at the two meeting each
yeah.
other.
Yeah, the flexibility and also creativity, right? Like at this moment, I'm very excited to see like my growth, who I am as a person, what I passionate about, even learning for myself, mind, body, spirit, connection. Like it's something I think I'm living this world. I'm passionate about having for myself, and then I can take the learning, take my wisdom to share with the crowd and adding contribution to them like a sun, able to emanate the sunlight and the warmth to people. I feel like that's my higher self, and I'm living it because I'm a coach and a business owner. That's that's what I'm most content about.
Well, one thing that I can say is that even without people knowing you, I am positive that it's coming across, through the screen, because look at that smile that you have, the energy, just the way you speak about what you do. I can for sure tell that you love it. And I remember when I met you for the first time, and your curiosity and your liveliness and just sharing and connecting with people, like that is very, very present of you, but it makes you who you are. And you're being yourself, you're being fully
Thank you.
yourself. So to go on a little bit to this beautiful year of 2020, I know it has brought in a lot of challenges, but I also know it has brought a lot of good. I wanted to get a little bit of your experience of 2020. What are some challenges, and then what is something that you are taking with you within the next year, since next year,
Hmm.
2021, is in a few days from now?
Yes, yes, that's a very good question. I think um, what has been most challenging, like since year summer 2019, I started traveling with my husband while working remotely, right? We wanted to travel and then we wanted to work. Um, and for year 2020, I feel most challenging is I feel the pandemic was like a chasing me. Whenever I go into one country, the pandemic came, right? I need to change. And with all those unknown, like once we spend a few months this country, 1 month that country, as we change countries, there's so many unknowns, about the policy, changing flights, and together with, for a business, um, that's definitely a challenging part. But what I learned is, look at right now, I'm in this beautiful place with the nature, and I really feel the connecting with nature comfort that the nerve of uneasiness or kind of what I do next, what I do, like anxiety or like unknown. It's one one moment I like to share with you and the audience here is one of my favorite activities. Just lie on the beach, like on the water, actually, in a calm day, and it just feel you can actually just letting go, and then you feel like the universe and the nature and the spirit really lifts and they have support, which is so gentle, and then you can trust it. That's my breakthrough for this year. I want to definitely take it with me as I enter 2021, to have the creativity and the courage and the trust of the world and the universe for me to create workshops, like interesting workshop to bring the impact, but in a very light and fun way, and I have people to able to connect and connect with themselves, connect with other people. Yeah.
Wow, wow. That is a very, very good message for 2021, is to trust, to connect, and to just become calm as things happen, because as we learn, things can change in a second, and you are just like, wow, where did this come from? But if we react, we're still not really changing anything, right? Rather than just doing our best to be in that moment, like you said. And a very, very great visual of you laying in the water, and just letting it take you whatever it's going to take you next, and trusting that you will be okay no matter what. That is a very powerful message. And I wish that to everyone for 2021.
Yeah.
Next part of this is I really want to focus on businesses that are contributing and they're sustainable. And sustainability is such a broad word. I think everyone defines it differently. The way I think of sustainability is self care, and then connecting
Mm,
and sharing that care with others. And then when
mm-hmm,
we get to care for ourselves and then care for others, then we get to also share to care for Mother Earth and nature. So,
mm.
within this definition of sustainability, how would you say your business, your coaching business, is contributing to sustainability and to the world in general?
Yeah. I my understanding was because you mentioned the self care. No, self care well being, especially for service provider like coaches, that's a foundation. Like both for us and also for what we recommend for our clients. When, especially when we have like projects in life, when we take on bigger things, the first thing we
Mm-hmm.
need to take care of is our, ourselves, the well-being. Like do something fun, like also meditate. Watch all those chatter in the head. Like I have my love list every day, including like 30 minutes just plant good seeds. The plant good seed could be, you know, just help someone without expect anything back. Could be walk on the
Mm,
beach, start to pick up the trash or garbages, you know, like just plant something good. I believe in the Eastern philosophy. Whatever you plant, you will grow. No, and whatever you plant, you'll have the fruit. So that's on my
wow.
love list. Besides exercise, meditate, to do the things like what you need, and I also plant good seed. I think that's very well connected to what you said, sustainability. I think if everybody who can do what they love, connect with themselves, have the authentic living, I think it will be a very enjoyable, Mother Earth to enjoy the life with.
Yeah. Could I say that the fact that you are helping people take care of themselves and really create this authentic life with it, like for themselves, could you say that you planting a seed and reaping the fruit of seeing this person being content with who they're creating themselves to be?
Mm, yeah, could be. I think right now, like 2 years ago, I put on my vision board. Like I wanted to work only this much time, and I wanted to, by the water, by the ocean, be able to do yoga, all those things. Like now, I actually
Mm-hmm.
created, that could be related to the people I've been supported in supporting them to either like walk out from a marriage no longer serve them, create the passion project, um, create a great lifestyle, or like even purchasing their first home. What I just said just now is just not a random fact. It's actually the results my clients create this year. As I just read and then just do the summarize myself, I was like, wow, this is really wonderful. And as I see, what my clients can create, that really gives me a return of like fulfillment and also possibility. No matter what outside is talking about how bad it is, how restricted it is, and you see all those people are making difference and making the 2020, the best year for themselves. Or even there are things happen in the family that are able to take that challenge as fears for their learning. Yeah, definitely it's
Okay.
mutual.
th- yeah, exactly, that's the seed. They gotta nurture the seed, they gotta provide nutrition for it. You are helping them plant that seed so they can rip the fruit, and then at the same time you're also planting seeds in your life, like you have accomplished to be by the beach, enjoy yoga, and be a coach. That's a major accomplishment. And you can also travel the world. I mean, I know you would, if we were not in a pandemic, you would continue traveling. That is a dream for many people and they don't see it possible. So I hope that this story, even for the people that see it possible, really brings that to them, and like, you know, shows them a real example of somebody doing it, living an international life. You're also not born and raised in America, you're an international student, and created a life for you that it's not just in the US, but it's from all around the world, like you said, a world citizen. I wanted to ask you two last questions. One is, could, I know you said that your authentic living is really what you want to create for people, and then you mentioned career coaching. Could you give us a little bit more specific what kind of coaching you do, in case somebody wants to reach out to you? You know, we also want to provide
Yeah.
that opportunity for people. Since you're a coach, you work directly with people, whether it's a group, whether it's one-on-one. Who, how did you decide who your ideal client is? Like, who are the people that you work with? Because coaching is really, really broad, and every
Yeah.
single person has something unique to bring to their clients. But it
Mm-hmm.
also means that they need to look for the right client, the right person for them to serve. So what is
Yeah.
for you that person? Who is that person for you?
Yeah. I don't want to characterize people, but within my experience so far, I really feel a lot of working professionals, like especially female, can connect with me. Um, you know, I love people who are passionate, like they have passion, they have some a good job already, and then that they wanted to express and even reach higher to self-actualization. Like for example, one client is a marketing manager, and her purpose is to, you know, showcase Latin American, that especially the artwork.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to work with people who are um, either know what the passion is and want to manifest it, make it come true, or people don't know yet. They are on the journey. I like to guide them. Yeah, just like
Okay.
who I was, you know, in a time like feel like unhappy with the work, but I don't know where to go. And I like to help support people to walk the journey and to reach life with the, you know, where they can do what they're passionate about, you know, in the career and also relationship. And I love the people or clients who have actually both. Usually what I find is it's so interconnected, our career and our interpersonal communication, like interpersonal like relationship. And it's
Mm-hmm.
wonderful to see people on this journey. They started to see the cause roots, and when they shift, you know, in their career, they're starting to things also shifting in their relationship. And for me, that is like my total like a hit a jackpot when someone is like, I wanna, you know, to push forward my passion project, and also I wanted to change my pattern in how I deal with men or relationship. And then they find in this the journey like, wow, they're so interconnected, and then you see results like at the same time. Yeah.
What I hear is that you are looking for people who have a major, major commitment to making that change and are on this path to make that change, as they're not just living paycheck to paycheck just because they have a
Yeah.
good job, but they're also committed to being spiritually fulfilled as well, with their hearts into what they do, and go towards their purposes and their passions. And if they don't have a purpose, then they're, you know, on this journey where they want to create that purpose for them and see what their passions are, so they can live fulfilled from all areas of life, not just from a good job place. Correct?
Yeah, I like what you said, commitment, definitely. Because I always tell people like you are the driver for your own car. You know where you want to
Absolutely.
go, right? I'm the co-pilot. I sit next to you. I point out the blind spots, so and then you can make an informative decision, and I'm there with you. But you know yourself the best. So I love people who have commitment, dedication, have that passion, and I think with that, and then together, and then we can make it happen. Um, you know, even
Yeah.
just getting closer to where your heart is, not just what other people want you to be, what society want you to be, but really closer to what really true for yourself. Yeah.
So well said. You drive your own car, you know, like you are the car and you're the one driving. Please don't forget to subscribe. I am going to post every single week. I'm planning that for 2021. I know I have promised this before, and I haven't been the best at keeping it. But like Pan said earlier, I'm on this journey of discovering me and what's really authentic. And as I'm discovering and I'm on this journey, I'm also making many mistakes, but every single little one of them takes me closer. So please subscribe to my channel, and I am going to continue to share my story with you as I share other people's story. Okay, before we close off, would you like to share anything else with our audience? So, anything else you'd like to tell?
I think, one lesson I learned, actually right before this interview today, I got contacted by a director of an Ivy League school, where I
Mm-hmm.
graduated, Columbia University. I really thankful for my school in the beginning. Before I quit my job to be a professional full-time coach, they give me opportunity to give workshop for the students in the school. The tip I wanted to give is don't limit yourself, especially in the beginning. Like I love one-on-one coaching, right? I love life coaching. However, the career coaching has been also with me, and I started to see that things coming together. Like be a leadership coach for organization, career coach for students to land their job, and those all skill sets. And I see them together. Like yeah, you can use creativity to package them, and someone needs the help from different aspects. And if you have that skill, don't limit yourself. Maybe one thing you enjoy the most, but other things can bring the income as well, especially when you're starting out. Yeah, that's the kind of tip and the reflection I have, and I like to live with. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. As you know, you are a major inspiration to me. I love your energy. I love talking to you. I love you being my coach and guiding me, and also my friend. I appreciate the time that you have given us today for you to share your story, to inspire us, to bring us up and see us higher than we can see ourselves. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sending you a really, really big hug from New York. As you guys can see, it snowed a couple of days ago, but I took that photo, so I really wanted to keep it. And then the sunny Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for listening, and happy to connect.
Yeah, happy New Year, and we'll stay in touch. Thank you, everyone, for being here with us today and hearing Tang's story. She is one of many, many more that I have planned for you to hear this year and to see how you can achieve your goals and your dreams in your life, no matter how small or how big they are. They are valuable, they're important, and they're authentic to you and who you are. So happy 2021, and thank you for being with us. Bye bye.
Bye bye.